Hello everyone and welcome to David Game Review's first ever top 5 list. And today we're going to be talking about the top 5 worst handhelds / portable consoles ever made. Now I have two main rules for this list. Okay, so rule number 1 is no easy targets. Now what I mean by that is I'm only including consoles from the big companies like Sega, Sony, and Nintendo. So don't expect a bunch of handhelds from no-name companies because that would be way too easy. And rule number 2, please just remember that this is my opinion. These are consoles that I have personally chosen for this list. Your opinion may be completely different from what I have to say. But other than that, let's get started. Number 5. Originally released in 1995, the Sega Nomad was designed to play the already amazing Sega Genesis library of games on the go. Now on paper that doesn't sound too bad of an idea. Unfortunately, Sega designed this thing to be as unportable as possible. This thing was bigger, heavier, and bulkier than Sega's first original handheld, the Game Gear, which was already considered impractical to carry around. It also took 6 AA batteries and drained them in under 2 hours. Due to all of this, the Nomad sold into 1 million units, and was considered a commercial failure by many. Number 4. The Atari Lynx was Atari's first handheld console, competing with the Sega Game Gear and Nintendo Game Boy. As you could probably imagine from it being on this list, it didn't do very well. Even though it was the first handheld with a color display, it was held back from selling well with its even bulkier design than the Nomad and Game Gear, and the fact that it also requires 6 AA batteries, again like the Nomad and Game Gear. With those 6 batteries, it only lasted 4 to 5 hours. Most of these problems would be fixed with an improved model, the Lynx 2, but that came out later. With all of those problems, and with a lackluster library of games, it was only able to sell about 800,000 units. Number 3. The Tiger Gamecon was and still has been notorious for being a horrible handheld console. It was released in 1997 by Tiger. Now this console's size was huge. It came with a pen, so it makes it the first touchscreen game device, which was later used by much better consoles like the Nintendo DS, DSi, and 3DS. Despite being released after the Game Gear and the Lynx, it did not have a color display. It had a similar screen to the Game Boy, with 4 gray levels. It used 4 AA batteries, which is better than the Game Gear and Lynx. However, the thing that makes it this high on the list is that it only had 20 games released on the Gamecom. This is a pathetic game library compared to other consoles, and with 3 years on the market, it was only able to sell 300,000 units. Number 2. The PSP Go was one of many models of the PSP console that was released in 2009. However, unlike the other models of the great PSP console, this one did not have a UMD drive to play physical copies of games. Instead, the system relied on downloading games from the PlayStation Store. Now at first that might sound good. The UMDs on the original PSP broke easily, had long loading times, and half of the time wouldn't even work. So cutting out the UMD drive and replacing it with downloading games only might sound pretty good, until you realize that the PlayStation Store for PSP are shut down in SCEA regions, and will soon be shut down in European regions. That's right, if you buy a PSP Go now, it will be 100% useless. So you really can't do anything on the console. The console didn't sell well anyway, only selling under 18,000 units in 2010. It's pretty safe to say that the PSP was a complete failure sales-wise, and it's easy to see why. And at number 1, the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy is easily the most hated portable console ever, and I'm using the word portable lightly. This thing was basically goggles mounted on a tripod, and it was very hard to use. But some of you might be wondering, how can a console be worse than the PS Go or the Gamecom? Well, I'll tell you. The console tried to be innovative by trying to go virtual reality appeal, but it ended up being awful. The games were only in red and black, and playing it for too long caused headaches, eye strain, seizures, and in some cases even blindness. I'm not even kidding. This console was so bad it hurt to play it. Not only that, but the battery life was horrible, with it only operating for 4 hours and 6 AA batteries. After all of that, it only managed to get a laughable 22 games released for it, and only 14 of those were released in North America. With all of that, it managed to sell 770,000 units worldwide. I feel bad for anyone who played on this monstrosity. And that's my list of the top 5 worst portable consoles ever made. Did you like the list? Leave a like if you did. If you liked the video, subscribe, and leave a comment and tell me what you thought. More top 5 lists coming soon. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.